Port Jackson sharks are one of the coolest shark species we have out there, and they actually have a really cool feature that not a lot of people seem to know about. So on the Port Jackson shark, it actually has two spine-like defense systems on their dorsal fins. They have the main dorsal fin, they have their second dorsal fin, and both of them on the front of the dorsal fin, they actually have this spine that actually is poisonous too. There's a lot of reports that say it is, but the main thing about the spine is it's there for self-defense against other large sharks. And what I mean by this is if you have a baby Port Jackson shark or a smaller Port Jackson shark and there's like a bull shark or a reef shark and it goes to try to, bite the shark from above if it's sitting on the bottom, it's going to probably end up biting down on one of these spines. And obviously, you don't want that to happen. It's going to hurt the shark. And then other sharks are then aware that Port Jackson sharks have a ginormous spine for self-defense on both of their fins. And so they're going to avoid the shark in that case, which that is very good for the Port Jackson shark because it obviously does not want to be lunch for a 6-foot bull shark, which I don't really think anyone does. Now, there's not a lot, there is a lot known about the spines, but there's also not. There seems to be a lot of conflicted reports on if it's actually poisonous or not. From all my research I did, they are indeed poisonous, but they are not like poisonous to humans. We know that they have poison on them and in them, but it's not actually the main issue to humans, like when divers try to mess with the sharks and it judders and it stabs them. It's the actual damage the spine itself does. Now, this is a pretty decently sized spine, and if it's a young enough Port Jackson shark, it is going to do quite a bit of damage to your hand or your arm or wherever you actually end up touching the shark, and if it actually ends up stabbing you or not. And another really cool thing about the spine is the fact that it wears down over time. On young Port Jackson sharks, where they are the most vulnerable to bull sharks and white-tip reef sharks, lemon sharks, or whatever else would actually really want to eat a smaller Port Jackson shark, their spines are very long, they're very sharp, razor sharp, and as they grow and they're swimming in caves and their dorsal fins are rubbing against rocks on the top of their water caves that you see all these reef-style sharks in, it dulls down over time. So a Port Jackson shark, if it's 10 years old, will not have a crazy sharp spine on the dorsal fin. It won't be like a baby or juvenile Port Jackson shark, which will have a decently sized spine on it. Now, I will say, it's one of the very coolest things. All of these other reef-style sharks have some crazy self-defense things. Swell sharks, they puff up so that they can't be eaten, like pufferfish. Port Jackson sharks have a really cool spine on them. Wobeagons are camouflaged. Angel sharks are camouflaged. Leopard sharks have a great survival trick in the kelp forests. All of these sharks that would be normalized prey for bull sharks and white-tip reef sharks and black-tip reef sharks and lemon sharks, not really so much anymore because all of these sharks have adapted to have some crazy self-defense options. And the Port Jackson shark is just a true prime example of how sharks have adapted over the years. This shark could have easily became camouflaged like the Wobeagon, or became very small and kind of more like cat sharks and swell sharks. But no, instead they adapted these freaking spines, and it's really cool. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on the Port Jackson shark and its spine. I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. If you're interested in this content and want to talk to me personally, there's a link to my Discord down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.